Hi everybody, today is January 7th, 2013. Here's an update for the Canary Islands, El Hierro. This is for today, the 7th. Some people ask me what's the difference between the earthquakes and harmonic tremors. If you look at the image, you'll see lines going up and down. These are the earthquakes. And you'll see some little peaks, some small faint lines. These are harmonic tremors. They get this image from what's called seismic acoustic arrays. What it does is listen to what's going on under the ground, hearing the movement of magma, even though it's not registering an earthquake. Here's an image of what the different types of quakes would look like. Okay, we got tectonic, when the tectonics move, shallow volcanic earthquakes, a surface event, and harmonic tremors. Not only does seismic information inform us on the depth and location of magma movement, but it also can give clues on how close a volcano is to erupting. Earthquakes might begin to occur in swarms, hundreds to thousands of separate earthquake events that record magma on the move at depth. These earthquakes might change in depth over months, weeks, days, or less as the magma rises underneath a potential active volcano. However, seismic signals can also be very difficult to interpret because many times the seismic information does not have a single source. That is, there are potentially multiple events that can produce a seismic event recorded under volcanoes. Harmonic tremor. When magma or fluid move through the crust, they can produce a seismic signal. This is called a harmonic tremor, unlike normal seismicity related to fault movement that creates punctuated seismicity, an earthquake. A singular event that diminishes with time and can have aftershocks. The movement of magma or fluid can produce a constant, long-period tremor, and they have an image of what that would look like. This tremor is also not like most tectonic seismicity, in the sense that it is usually only measured by seismic instruments. So you can't feel the tremor other than a very rare occasion near, say, 5 kilometers in the volcano. Harmonic tremors were first recognized as a precursor of volcanic activity after the 1985 eruption in Colombia. Harmonic tremors are the type of seismicity that most people associate with an impending or ongoing volcanic eruption. That is, magma movement generates the seismicity. The tremor might precede an eruption by days or hours, or they might not lead to an eruption at all. This is one of the challenges of trying to interpret harmonic tremor under a volcano. Magma movement does not necessarily mean that said magma is going to erupt. The other complication is that harmonic tremor can be generated by water fluid flow rather than magma. This was demonstrated at Old Faithful at Yellowstone, and even in ice movement. Tornadoes, another key type of pre-eruption seismicity, is called a tornado. These seismic events are shaped like a screw. Thus the name tornado, Spanish for screw, with a sharp initial tremor and a long, possibly minutes long, tapering of the signal away from the initial event. They likely represent the shattering of rock due to increased fluid pressure as magma moves through the crust. Magma has a finite volume, so the crust needs to accommodate this injection. It can do so by melting the crust, usually insignificant in small volumes of magma, or by fracturing the crust to make the space. One interesting finding at the galleries regarding tornadoes is there is positive correlation between the total number of preemptive tornadoes during an episode and the volume of material ejected by the eruption. This might suggest there is a relationship between the volume of magma intrude into the volcanic evidence and the amount of tornadoes. These tornadoes, like harmonic tremors, are a potential sign that a volcano may be heading towards an eruption. It can be clearly seen in Webby quarters, such as before the eruption of Mount St. Helens in 2004. However, much like a harmonic tremor, the presence of tornadoes does not necessarily mean an eruption is around the corner. Here is an image from 2011, December 11th, which showed the activity there at El Hierro, as a vent off on the side of this island actually erupted. Now here you can see the harmonic tremors, and then the earthquakes themselves. I'm showing you this now for future reference in case of a possible eruption in the future. I want to show you what's going on compared to yesterday with today and the harmonic tremors. This is Tenerife Station. This is Lanzarote, That was yesterday and today. You can see there's an uptick. Much stronger harmonic tremors being recorded today. Here is Fuerteventura yesterday and today. This is the island of Gran Canary yesterday and today. Now you can see that these harmonic tremors are being felt on the other islands. Being felt isn't really accurate, actually being heard, I should say, because the people aren't feeling this. This is what the seismic acoustic array is recording. La Gomera. Now this whole area sits on a very large caldera. This is how these islands were formed. La Palma, for some reason, none of the equipment is working. And El Hierro. Now, about a year, 2 years ago, they turned down the sensitivity of the machines there on El Hierro. But you can see there has been a rise in activity with harmonic tremors. So going back to the most recent image of El Hierro, you can see, like I was saying, the earthquakes and the harmonic tremors. This area here I showed you last night. And that's what it looked like. It gives you a closer view of the harmonic tremors and the quakes. This is between 11 and 12 Universal Time. And 12 and 13. This is 1500 hours Universal Time. Time is 15 and 16 Universal Time. You can see there was one little spike here, which was showing how deep that the acoustic reading was for the harmonic tremor. 16 and 17. And there's a very faint line right there. You can see the spike on the side. Another small bump. And a few more small bumps. This is the latest image they're showing. There was another stronger quake. 17 to 1800 Universal Time. And there's the harmonic tremors. Here's another closer image of those earthquakes. Here we go. I tried to zoom in for you to make it a little bit larger. Alright, bookmark my site. I'll keep you up to date. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you there. Goodbye. Bye.